welcome back to the Citizen channel of a Pepsi 11. A very, very difficult one, this. It's not going to get easy, the game after this, though, is it? Real Madrid. But we're looking at Leyton Orient today. Yes, FA Cup, 4th round, of course, on the 8th of February. 12:15pm kickoff. If you're going down, look after yourselves, guys. Kind of chance I could get a ticket for that one, but bring the 3 points back, bring the victory back. Let's get into the 5th round. And see what happens. I'm recording this on the 5th of February, so all facts and stats as far as injuries, etc., and as far as new signings, which have all finished now, so we know about that. But that's why it's so difficult to pick a Pepsi 11 for this one, because of the new signings coming into it as well. Will Pep play them all? Will he give them will he use them off the bench? Well, we'll have a look later. And we'll check out Richie, Wellens, Leyton Orient. We'll have a quick look at Leyton Orient themselves as well. A little bit about them. It's not a team we play that regular, is it? So a little bit about them as well. And we'll try to pick that Pep 11. Please let me know your thoughts. Have you been to Orient before? Some of you might have. There's an old programme on the wall there. I didn't go to it, but yes, that's one of the games we played in the 60s, of 2 games we played in the 60s, sort of within a year or 2 of each other. Please let me know your thoughts and score predictions. Right, this is on BBC One, so on those thousands and millions of us unlucky not to be there, we'll be watching it on the Beeb. Leyton Orient season so far, they sit 6th in the 3rd tier of English football, of course, 44 points from 28 games. And at home, they've won 7, drawn 3 and lost 5. Yeah, so their away form and home form is pretty similar. To get to the 4th round, in round 1, they beat Boreham Wood on penalties. Yeah, they were 2-2 at normal time and 3-1 on penalties. And round 2, they beat Oldham 2-1. And in the 3rd round, yes, I was hoping Derby would win, because obviously we would have got more tickets, wouldn't we? But of course, they drew 1-1 with Derby, but beat them 6-5 on penalties. I think they were quite happy. I remember seeing a sort of on social media the fans singing that they were going to play City. They seem quite happy about it. They're singing a song. Yes, let's hope they're not singing too many songs after this one. Brisbane Road, of course, is the old name for the ground. Of course, it's had a couple of sponsors since. It's now called the Gorn Group Stadium. I think it previously was the Breyer Group Stadium. Was before that, and then of course before that I think it was Brisbane Road, so I think it's had a couple of names since. Might be wrong on that one. We've met Orient 16 times in our history, including 2 in the FA Cup. We've won 12, drawn 2 and lost 2. Our first meeting was back in 1909, the 18th of September, and it ended Orient 3, City 2. Yeah, that was in Division 2. Both FA Cup games we played were victories, 4-1 at home and 6-1 away in 1920 and 1926. And they were called Clapton Orient until just after World War II. And our last meeting was the 7th of May 1966, just before we lifted the World Cup, all World Cup Willie and all that sort of thing. And it was 2-2 at their place. They were just called Orient in 1966 and changed to Leyton Orient in 1987. Have been known as that ever since. Although I was, as growing up the O's, I think that was the nickname, the O's. I just called them Orient. Our complete record at their ground: we played them 8 times, won 4, drawn 2 and lost 2. We scored 22 times and we let in 13. Celebrity fans, yes, it's London. They're bound to have some well-known celebrity fans. Actor Daniel Mays, yes, I've heard of him. I've seen him in a few things. A composer of sort of modern classical thing. He sort of adapts classical tunes as well. A guy called Colin Matthews. Some more familiar names, perhaps. Presenter and comedian Bob Mills. Well, so-called comedian. No, I quite like Bob Mills. I used to. Julian Lloyd Webber, of course, is pretty well-known brother of the very famous Andrew, who, yes, is also a fan. So they're both Webber brothers, although Julian's probably a bit more dyed in the wool. And of course, the guy who bought them for £5 in 1995. Did he get any change out of that? I'm not too sure. I'm only kidding. If you're an Orient fan, it's just a bit of fun, just a bit of banter. Of course, Barry Hearn, who paid £5 for the club in 1995. So there you go. And the manager, Wellens, has got himself into a bit of trouble recently. Yes, he had to make a grovelling apology to Spurs after his comment to a question after their recent loss against Stockport County. After the match, he'd been asked if injuries had played a part in the defeat with Sean Clare and Omar Beckles were absent from his team. He responded by saying, "I'm not Ange Postecoglou who will keep using it as an excuse." So yes, he had to eat humble pie. There's a word we're used to hearing at the moment, isn't it? Humble pie. Not the sort of thing you say, especially it's a bit odd really, because Leyton Orient do regularly loan Spurs players, so it's not exactly gone down very well. No doubt he's going to be flattering about Pep. I think they loaned Harry Kane at one time a few years back. Yeah, I think even they did that. Talking about Pep, yes, I'm sure he'll be flattering to our Pep. That brings us to Pep's 11, because let's face it, Leyton Orient, nothing to lose. I'll have a go, but surely it's all based on what team Pep's going to play. Is he gonna? Some of these players struggled in our last game. We'll brush over which one that was. Will he sort of force them to play again to get them to play through the inadequacies, or will he just drop them and rest them? Or let's say rest them. Let's be kind. Let's say rest them. We've got to bounce back after that humiliation of the last game, haven't we? We're not dwelling on that one. And of course, the team in the squad last time out was Ortega, Nunes, Stones, Akanji, Gvardiol, Kovacic, Bernardo, Savi, Marmoush, Foden and Haaland. Seemingly a good attacking team. We just didn't have anyone supplying the ammunition. And the subs, Carson, Grealish, De Bruyne, Gundo, Heiss, Kusanov, O'Reilly, Lewis and McAtee. Stones didn't look that fit to me in that game against the game we won't mention. If Edison is struggling, which he probably is, he's not expected back till after this one. Will Pep take the piss and play Carson? If he could, it could easily backfire. But I think it'll just be to say after Ortega's less than convincing game last time out, good kick up the arse for him to actually start again and prove his worth rather than risk Mr. Carson. Is this a game to play all four? I was going to say I had 3 new signings here, but it has changed to 4, of course. Heiss, Kusanov and Marmoush. Will they all get a game? And make that 4 now with the arrival, of course, of Nico Gonzalez. If he's to be thrown into a game, then perhaps this is ideal, although he's not going to play with a very settled side because it's going to be lots of changes, of course. And we only have the small matter of Real Madrid next week. So that's a big shout what Pep's going to do with that. That's why picking this Pep's 11 so difficult this week. Surely McAtee, O'Reilly and Lewis come into the reckoning. Grealish has surely got to get an opportunity, and also Gundo. They're all still there. We've not got rid of any of them. Haaland will probably get a well-earned rest on this one. Will Bob make the bench? Again, he's probably more likely to be sort of ready for the one after, but he might make the bench this time. Of course, Doku, Aki and Diaz. Diaz is a threatening to be nearly back, but Doku and Aki are definitely, I think, missing this one. Diaz possibly won't start if he's fit anyway. He might come on, of course, in this game. As in the Salford game, we'll go without a recognised left back as such. Give Gvardiol. I don't think Gvardiol will play. I think they'll give Gvardiol a rest. He probably needs it, and this may give O'Reilly a chance and players like Lewis again a chance to play, because Lewis has played left back before, hasn't he? He's played left back for England. Hey, let's play left back for England. Surely he can play left back for City. So. If I tell you what, if I get 6 out of 11 with this, I'll be quite happy, because it's really, really difficult to pick the Pep's 11. And I've gone with a team that hopefully, individually, is capable of beating a team from the 3rd tier of English football. But the fact that a lot of these haven't played together very much or at all, unless they're playing behind closed doors or on the training pitch, possibles against probables, it's going to be a tough ask, but you know there's some quality in here. We know there's some quality, so they should be able to do the job. So I'm going to go Ortega, Kusanov, Akanji, Heiss, O'Reilly, McAtee, Lewis, Gundo, Nunes, Grealish and Marmoush. So that's what I'm going to go for. I think it's too soon for Nico. I say he's literally come in this week. He's not surely. I'd expect him perhaps to be on the bench, but I can't see him starting this one. The other 3, of course, have been there a few days more, so I expect that. As I said, if I get 6, I'll be happy. Lots of changes. Pep might want to play some more regulars into form, as I said, after that last game, so I could be totally way out with this one, but it's a brave pick by me. Let's see how brave Pep is, shall we? Let me know your thoughts Guys, be great to hear them. Of course, let me know your predictions. Yes, we've got Andy Morrison's verdict on this one. He said this will be slightly different to the Salford tie. It will, because Orient have a bit more talent, and obviously we are playing away from home. But this is a competition we have a good chance of winning, and I think the lads are keen to put right our defeat to United in the final last season. We'll have to avoid a big team then, won't we, to win this, certainly until we get to the later rounds, because on our current form we couldn't trust ourselves to beat the likes of the Arsenals and the Liverpools, even the Uniteds, dread to say, but there you go. So he's confident. He's gone for Leyton Orient 1, Manchester City 5, and get 18 to 1 on that. That's a good price. With it being such a change of a team, I've gone for a win, but I've only gone for a free one, which is 11 to 1 generally available on that one. Some other odds, these are at the 3rd of February, I had a quick look. To win the FA Cup, City are still favourites. I don't know why, but there you go. City still favourites, 7 to 2. Liverpool are 9 to 2. The holders United are 15 to 2. Orient, you can get 500 to 1. So if you put a quid on, you'll lose a quid. But there you go. That's to win, not to beat City. So I'm not dissing you, Orient. I mean, do you really think you'd win the FA Cup? Hey, why not? If you're an Orient fan, it's worth risking a quid. Who knows? You never know, do you? To be promoted to League One, actually, Orient 11 to 1, which I think is a good price for them as well, if you're confident in your team. To finish in the top 6, even that's 9 to 4, and they're currently 6th place. So, yeah, if you're that like-minded, I'm sure you Orient fans have put a few quid on your boys, and why not? Have faith in your own team. Other popular scorelines, a 3-0 City win is 11 to 2, a 2-0 City win is 6 to 1, and a 4-0 City win is 7 to 1. The match odds themselves, as you'd expect, a bit low on City. City 1 to 16 on. Hey, we used to be that against Premier teams, Orient fans, so don't worry. We used to be like that against Premier teams in the old days. Not so much now, of course. We're odds against sometimes. But Orient are 25 to 1, and a draw is 11 to 1. So there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Next up, of course, the player races. I'll be able to get that out on Saturday, of course, with it being a 12:15 kickoff, and I'm not travelling down the country and back. So that'll be Saturday evening, towards tea time. If you're up north, tea time means what is it? Dinner? Is it dinner for posh people? Tea time, and of course, I'll bring out the story of the game. Actually, I might miss it out because I'm going to do the Pepsi 11 for Real Madrid on the Sunday, so I'll probably bring the story of the Leyton Orient game out on the Monday. So we've got one a day. So look out for that, guys, and give us your thoughts on this up and coming game. Hope you enjoyed this. Anyway, please, if you do want to contact me, just let us know in the comments or through my various socials. Or if I'm not too proud to ask, if you want to help support this channel, my thanks to everyone, all new members, but picked up a few recently. If you do want to support me going forward as well, that'd be wonderful. And all I ever ask is you just stay watching and listening for another couple of minutes. I hope you enjoyed the feature, and if you can support me through the subscription, if you can subscribe, guys, that'd be wonderful if you've not already done so. We do actually have memberships at the moment, just 99p a month, so you get access to all my City stuff, including all the history vlogs, dozens and dozens not been published yet that you get immediate access to, and every time I do a edit and do a vlog, you get immediate access to it as well. So you can have a copy of scripts as well if you want any hard copy of the sort of things I do on matches and teams and managers and players, etc, etc. So if you can join the membership, that'd be wonderful. We do have sponsors at the moment. Kippax 6505 are our current sponsor. They have a little eBay shop, so if you check in the comments section, there's a link there to the shop. They sell movie posters from the 90s and 2000s. They sell DVDs, some classic Hollywood movies, some classic foreign language ones. And if you do see anything you fancy on there, if you do place an order, just mention me, just say Bernard sent you, and you automatically get 10% reduction in the cost of your order. So fill your boots, guys, and my thanks to Kippax 6505. And if you want to support the channel just by watching the ads, that helps. Watch the ads, let them play through while you just have to check your phone or something, let it play out. And of course, if you follow any of the links, that always works as well. If you follow a link to one of the ads and you fancy something, I've done it myself. I've followed a link and actually purchased something from another organisation, but it can happen. It can happen. Not all ads are stuff you're not interested in. And of course, if you can give us a like, guys, that would be absolutely fantastic. All the likes are much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next time, of course, I only ever ask one thing, don't I? Please, I ask you all to stay safe, especially you Blues. Until the next time, come on, City. Bye for now.